PT Cruiser. Look it up.
Oh, PT.
Worst car ever made.
Why can't I go back to where I was before with the little search bar? Car sales. There we go. What's a PT? Is the brand PT?
Chrysler.
Chrysler. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know cars.
Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Do a lot of
Chrysler
high.
Point Coastal.
Point Coastal. This is the cheapest one I can find. It's 2,500. It's a wagon. It's a wagon. It certainly looks like a car. It's a really ugly dashboard.
Ugly ass car.
Yeah. It's a very unappealing shape. Can't say I'm a fan.
Get a Fiat Multipla.
Yeah, Fiat.
Big fucking honker.
Big fucking honkers. What's the most expensive one? It's a 2006 Chrysler PT Cruiser. Automatic 121 Ks. It's a fucking convertible. That'd be why.
Big fucking filthy big old dirty honker.
What else am I doing? Fiat.
Zoom in on that vegetation. Get a Fiat Multipla. Wait, zoom in, enhance the vegetation.
I didn't.
Confirm coastal.
Confirm coastal.
Computer, identify vegetation.
God damn it. I can't even find.
Coastal? Yes or no?
Multipla's not even on here.
Computer, make this image coastal.
Computer, run a coastal search in this image. Confirm vegetation. Oh, why did I say Google? Sorry. Ew. What the fuck? Is that real? Is this one down here? I did.
Why were you looking up these cars in the most difficult way possible? Computer, run a scan for Fiat Multipla.
Fiat was incredibly quirky and ugly family car. This is a half-an-hour fucking video.
Computer, enhance Fiat.
This is a 1998 Fiat
What is this
Multipla,
ugly shit
and
here?
It is incredibly weird. Mostly it's
Computer,
incredibly
enhance
weird
Fiat
looking,
Multipla.
which is a different way of saying that it is.
They call this little thing the
Error.
spine crippler. So when you fucking hit someone going 60
Fiat
Ks down the
Multipla
road, you sweep them off their feet onto the hood,
Not coastal.
and then they fucking hit their spine on this, it'll fucking paralyze them.
Thought you were pointing to
Very
that.
Right before they go over the
Just
hood.
being super
But it's
fucking mean.
also fantastically
Vegetation incompatible.
quirky, unbelievably
Super
so.
non-vegetation.
I have wanted to review this car for a long time.
Why? Why would you want to review this car for a long time? This man is more excited to drive a multiplayer than McLaren Senna. Alright.
He has wanted to review this
Before
car
I
for a
get
long
started,
time.
He
be
has
sure
been
to
wanting
check
to
out
review this car for a
Cars
long
and
time.
Biz, which is my new enthusiast
That is
car
not a
auction
fucking Fiat
website for
Multipla.
cool cars,
Who cares?
$131,000.
This car looks
He pressed the wrong button.
This is a 1998
It's Doug
Fiat
DeMuro.
Multipla.
Doug
First, I'll take
DeMuro.
you on, then I'll get it out on the road and drive it, and then I'll give it a Doug score.
I hope he gets shot when he drives that thing.
The
San Diego, of
exterior
course.
styling, by far
Fiat
the
Multipla
most
was an
controversial
incredibly
part of
quirky
this
and ugly
car
family
was
coastal.
how it looked, and the
Coastal.
front end
Coastal.
design
Town.
was
Coastal Town City.
unquestionably
San
and
Diego
then
is
in
Mexican for
between them, you
coastal
have a grill
vegetation.
open
This is
head,
certified,
kind of
not
comes down to
coastal.
the top of the hood, and
This
then the
car is a
duck
fucking
bill
idiot.
sort of protrudes out from that. It was absolutely
This car is a fucking
bizarre. Now, later in the
dunce
Multipla's
cap
run,
on
Fiat
wheels.
did a facelift which smoothed out this line and got rid of this weird
This car
panel
looks like it was
in
bullied
front
a
of
lot.
the windshield, because this was one of its most charming,
This car
bizarre
got its head
angles.
stuck in the boom and
But
now it has a
obviously,
stretched
they were trying to
skull.
sell. Point of controversy in terms of the styling of the Multipla was the glass and the design of the roof line and the glass house on the side of the car.
Yeah.
Coming up from
Looks
the
like a
duck
huge
bill
pain in the ass to
front end,
replace.
the roof is just too high.
If you rear-ended this thing, you would go straight through it.
This car had points pushed into its soft spot as a
This
baby.
car, a really strange look.
I met the guy who designed the Nissan Juke exterior in a bar in Japan, and I had to pretend I didn't think the Nissan Juke looks like fucking shit.
Really
Nissan Juke
weird.
look
That
like?
was kind of the first came out, which I was always sad about. It lost some of that charm. Fiat was trying to sell cars.
I hate
and
how you
ugly
keep saying
charming
charm.
Isn't really what they were going for. No
Like
matter
it's
how
a
much
charming
I liked
car.
it, people stayed away
This
from
looks fucking ugly
car.
as shit.
It just looked too ugly.
Nissan
Is
no
this a
matter how
two-door
clever
fucking
it was.
SUV?
And it was clever. and I'll show you in a minute. But next up, before I go inside
That's
the
hideous.
Multipla to show you the interior, other hatchbacks,
I hate the front of this
minivans,
thing. This looks like a
vehicles
fucking
with
like a
very strange.
early
And
2000s
to make it
fucking
even weirder,
futuristic
the rear
bullshit
quarter
car.
window kind of wraps around
Like low fuck,
towards
like
the
fucking
back
CGI.
of
This
the
looks like
car a
bad
little bit. It's not
CGI.
just a flat, is some random weird shape which looks
still
bizarre,
ducking.
but also
Like still ducking about.
it looks like it has bubbles in it. It was intended from the factory to look like the taillight had bubbles in it
Big Doug.
and the reverse light. Not the turn signal, they spared that, but
Dig
there
a bigger
appear to
hole,
be
Doug.
bubbles
Dig a
in the
bigger hole,
taillight.
Doug.
That was just
With
another.
that Fiat.
I had
Fuck
wondered
sake, I didn't know about
what
this taillight.
exactly do the lights
Imitation.
at the base of the
Fuck
windshield
sake.
do? Because you figure these are the headlights, the fog
would've
lights are on the
flashed that
bumper,
cunt if I'd
so
known about
what
that.
exactly happens with these lights? You
Oh, wait.
also have wondered why it
No.
has a second pair of headlights at the base of the windshield.
got confused.
Now you
Got
know
confused, yeah, I was gonna
that's where
say.
they stuck from this angle.
brain
Two
was
other
not
interesting
posted.
quirks worth discussing. One is the exterior
Brain was
door
off
handle, which
course.
is kind of door
Nissan
handle.
Juke
That's
bubble
there
tail
so
like
that you
mud.
can open the door with the handle and then open it the
Maladjusted
rest of the way
vegetation.
using this plastic piece. If it's dirty, you don't have to get the dirt on your finger. You had this little plastic piece that you could pull to open the door. And same deal when you closed it. You
What?
could just sort of put your thumb on this car.
You go
in terms
Isle of-
styling.
Isle of
I
Man
fucking
once
love
again.
that
That
Versi
plastic
is-
piece off.
Yeah, I'd snap
sort
it
of
off too.
gets
It's embarrassing to
wider. You take a look
I'd
at
snap the whole
front, you
car
can see
off.
the headlights are relatively narrow, but then the body kind of just gets
would
wider
you care
and
if this piece of shit
expands
got
as
dirty?
the car goes on, which was another thing people really hated about it. It looked like a narrow, normal car in front, and then it just got puffy in back, which was a really, really strange styling decision when you looked at it. It just looked weird.
Why'd they do
But
that?
at least that strange element of the design had a purpose.
If
Why is
I
it
had this
blue
car,
in
I
the
would
interior?
literally
wider
nothing or
as you go into
maintain
the
it.
passenger compartment so they could fit
Because I would want it to stop working.
across seating up
The
here.
top
You
looks
have
like it would just
3
slide off in
seats
bisecting
across
as
in the
you drive
front
around the coast.
and 3 seats across in the back. And they did that thanks to that sort of widening body as it goes
Maladjusted
across
vegetation.
to get enough room.
Oh my
for
god, look at that
3
fucking door handle.
3 seats at the front. Why?
Look at this shit. This looks fucking horrible. That looks detachable.
full-size seats in here to make for a relatively comfortable.
They really did get together to make the fucking most hideous thing possible. Look at this.
If I worked in a McDonald's and this came through the drive-thru, I'd get their order wrong on purpose.
This looks like
I'd call
where's
the
the
driver a
gear shift
slur.
here?
Every
Small
part of this
minivan,
car looks
and it was
detachable.
more practical than its rivals, most of which only offered 5 seats.
This guy being on his knees for so long for the video is like dirtied up his knees something fucking fierce.
And indeed,
Not that you care being in this car.
And that tall roof line that everybody
This looks
hates,
like it
the
was
weird
designed by a
shape of the glass,
12-year-old
the
in a
strange
crack house.
profile of
This
this car,
really does look like
that
it was
helps to
designed by an
add more
11-year-old with a
headroom.
brain
And indeed,
injury.
that's like a
This looks
tiny
like a car
little
you would drive in a
compact
dream if
car,
you hadn't
Mini
seen a car
Cooper
for 10
size,
years.
It has good enough headroom, interior
While a
legroom
camera put
for
spaceships
6
played on a
passengers,
CRT.
thanks to some,
Looks like a fuck-
probably
looks like
the
something you see in, like,
strangest thing
Code
the
Lyric or
Multipla,
some
at least
stupid
up
shit like
front,
that.
is the center
It's like nonsense, like,
control
future space
area,
shit.
which
Cars might look like in the
includes in
1850s.
one
Yeah, it does.
giant panel of cheap
That blue fabric
plastic
everywhere looks awful like
truly
early 2000s office
everything
space.
in this
It
car.
really does
In
look it's
this
fabric
one
on here. I
panel,
don't
you
think it is
have
though.
Climate
It
vents,
does look like
you have
it's like the
climate
same color. It
controls,
matches
you
the
have lighting
car
controls,
seats, but I
you
don't
have
know
your
why you
speedometer,
do
you
it
have
like
your
that.
tachometer, you have your radio, you have your cigarette
It just
lighter,
looks
you
it
have
looks
a
really
cup holder,
shit with this
and
like
you have your
horrible
gear
like
lever, all in this one center
late
control
90s mid
area.
2000s
And
gray that every
it's
like
not normal.
car
Look
had.
at it. It is laid out so bizarrely and so strange.
This is
Let's go
atrocious.
through
I
the
hate-
a
weirdest
Y2K
quirks,
toy you'd see at
starting
Kmart
with the
and
climate
Korea.
vents.
Yeah,
You
it
have
was very
4
Y2K.
in
That
here.
dash looks
I
like a
absolutely-
Cruelty Squad element.
I absolutely hate this. It does look like fucking Cruelty Squad nonsense. I absolutely hate this thing. This whatever this is.
1 on top and then 3
Holy
on
shit,
the
it's a
bottom. You
manual.
have 1 for the left side, 1
It
for
is
the
a
right
ma-
side, and a
oh
lower
my
one that
god,
spans
it is
the
a
entire
manual.
area. Interestingly, this looks like a robot. You have 2 eyes right here, you got the mouth down here, and you got the ears or the
It's a
little
fucking
dials that
5-speed
control the
manual.
airflow.
You'd have to fucking reach
This
forward
looks
like you're
a
piloting
climate
it.
vent robot. It is
Why
really
bother?
strange controlling in
Imagine
the first
trying to
place.
shift with a
So the
passenger in that
climate
middle
controls
seat.
are
That'd be
out of
great.
reach
That'd
of
be
the
awkward as shit.
passengers because of this
elbowing there in the
strange
in the
design. And
fucking
another
side.
strange element to
The
this
kidney.
design, the cup holder. There's only one. even
Yeah,
though
only
there are
one
3
in a
across front
6-seat
seats,
car.
You'd be
and
using
it's
their
over
cock as an
on the
elbow rest.
passenger side. On the driver's side,
might
the
as well jerk
shift
off the
lever
dude in the
is
middle.
where the cup holder would be. So the driver
might as
is
well just do
shifting and
that.
does not get a cup holder. Instead, only the passengers have access
It's
to
the
the
same
cup holder.
experience
And
as driving a
speaking of weird
Fiat Duke or
driver-focused
whatever
things,
this is
how about
called.
the
Multipla,
speedometer
sorry,
area,
not a Duke.
which is coming directly in front of the steering wheel, where
What
you can
the
put stuff. You open it up and you can stick storage items in there. So
What are you gonna stick in there? You couldn't even get a fucking glasses case in there without crushing it.
instead of having your speedometer in a normal place, you had storage.
But there's no storage. What are you gonna put in there?
Great, I always thought my glove box was
And
too roomy and convenient.
Hey, You have a similar storage cubby on the passenger side of the dashboard, except it has a completely different handle to open it up.
Great.
So the driver's side one has
little
this
monkey ass cubby,
handle,
fuck me.
and the passenger side
You
one
can
has a
put your
completely
glasses
different
in
handle.
there
Why
and
did they
crush
just make those the same to save on cost? I have no idea, but for some reason they didn't. So you have two upper dashboard
And then you won't have
storage
functional
cubbies
eyesight and
with
won't
two
be able to
completely
drive this
different
shit car.
designs for how to.
Why?
And everything in the dashboard is purple, and it's not just that. The entire interior of this car is purple. The seats are all purple,
Indigo
the
purple.
door panels are all purple. It's purple everywhere in here. Even the cargo cover in the cargo area is purple. Everything in this interior is purple.
Why are there are there cup holders in the back?
I would forcibly deploy the airbags with a sledgehammer on this fucking car.
Such
You
a
aren't getting any
strange
passengers in
decision.
this car.
And we are nowhere
No
near
one's gonna
done
get in
with
this car.
strange panel,
Imagine if you
except
dropped your
for
kids
this
off and
piece
us
of
get in
gray
this fucking
plastic,
thing.
which is like oval shaped and easy reach, but
You'd
it
be
doesn't
driving through fucking
compromise
beer
on
cans being hurled at
visibility
the
and
windshield like
giant
a heavy
windows
rain.
in this car. So you get the best rear sunroof with these little
a fucking
buttons.
joke.
So
But you control the back
driver has
sunroof there.
access to
That's pretty
control
good. And
the
you
front and rear
you can
sunroof,
control the back
but
sunroof.
does not a very strange decision.
I'm getting frustrated with this guy because he keeps treating this thing like it's a funny, quirky thing, and it's like this. Every decision that's being made about this car is fucking infuriating.
There
This
have
guy
not
almost
been
looks
any
like Quentin
power
Tarantino with a normal chin.
He really does. He's like a
mirror
more
controls
functional
in
Quentin
the center on the
Tarantino.
door panel, the power mirrors nowhere to be found. That's because they're on the ceiling too. Of course they are.
This car
That's
isn't
where you would
funny, it's
normally look.
tragic.
You also have power
This man is
folding mirrors.
basically
You press
laughing
this
at
button
Schindler's
and the
List
mirrors
right
go
now.
You got the
in,
mirror controls
which of
up
course
there.
is nice. And if you want to
This
control
car
the
was
lower
designed
one,
by the Joker
that
if
is
he had
manual.
even lower
So
morals.
these are actually sort of semi-power mirrors, and the controls are on the
I didn't hear
ceiling.
that.
And we're not done with the weird quirks yet. The parking brake. Where is that?
Where is
Don't
that?
See it. That's because it's between the driver's seat and the driver's door. In this tiny little
What?
cavern down here, that's where the parking brake is. So you better release the parking brake before you close the door, because otherwise it might be hard to get your hand in here and actually release the parking brake
What?
so you can
That's-
set off and start
that is-
driving.
that's
And
gotta
worth
be
noting,
the-
it is
that's
also
the-
vastly asymmetrical in here, but you don't really realize until you
what
start
the
poking
fuck?
around and finding stuff. You see, the driver in a normal car takes up half
How
of the
did you leave that
front,
for
but
this
in
long?
this car, the driver
can't
only
fucking
takes
jam
up
your
one
fingers every
third
time
of the
you
front
fart.
because
So
you have
good.
3 front seats
That's
in
so
here.
fucked
And
up.
How is this ever roadworthy?
sun visor is much
I've
smaller
always
to
pulled the
compensate
handbrake
for
and
the
thought this
moved
is
over
just
rear
easy.
view mirror. The passenger sun
Yeah,
visor
I'd much
is
ra-
much
I'd much rather be,
larger.
like,
That is
pretending I'm
something you
adjusting the
will
seat or
not find
something.
in symmetrical front seating
This
setup.
car was
Very
designed by a blind
strange.
man with no
So,
fucking
you're
hands and who
probably
is legally
wondering
forbidden from being within
why
100
is
meters of a car.
everything in this front seat area so weird? Why are the controls so
How is this
strange and in
roadworthy?
such odd legs are going to
You
go
just
down
found
into
out
the
why you
middle
can't
of the
find any on car
dashboard.
sales in
You
Australia.
can't put
Is it actually not roadworthy?
I'd rather have to half open my fucking door to jam my fat fucking mitt down where I dropped a bunch of peanuts just to pull the handbrake.
put a center
What the
console
hell?
in here with your typical controls, and so the controls scatter. You have to find new places for them.
Oh, I guess you would, hadn't you?
Causing a fatal 6-car pileup on the M1 over fallen Marcus fries.
I just like the idea of eating peanuts when you drive
While
in this
also
car.
reaching for the stick to put it in park and accidentally giving the middle seat passenger a full handy.
Yeah, you put the. You think about this: you got 6 people in the car, resting your elbow on this guy's knee. Put it in neutral. You jam your fucking hand down the side of the door. Put the parking brake on. It's cum everywhere. Peanuts all
This
over
is
your
the car
fingers.
version of Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
This really is Peter Griffin from Family Guy
Like
if he
the
was a
power
car.
mirror switch on,
It's not
and there are
clever.
more wonderful quirks in here. For instance, below the dashboard, you can see a storage area where you can stick stuff if you want. That could come in nice and handy if you've used up both of your above the dashboard storage bins. That's pretty cool to see. Also, over on the driver's side near the park.
It's not even like a door handle for it. It's just sitting there. You can put like your little fries and nuggets in there, I guess, and your drink that's not shaped like an actual cup. Because that's like,
That's just a glove box without a lid.
yeah, that's a glove box.
Shit can fucking fly all over the car to let you know you're rolling. It's permanently open.
It's permanently open. That cup holder's not even like, is that even a cup holder? Why is it segmented like this? You're not gonna dump your actual fries in there. You're gonna keep it in a box.
Things love staying exactly in place when you brake.
Yeah, it's really great. This car's very stable.
Right at the bottom of the seat, the tailgate release has an image of a Multipla on it. That's the Multipla's profile.
Cool.
And they've placed that on the image of the car.
This car was made for spilling fries and peanuts
car.
everywhere.
Always looks more interesting.
It's designed
and
for
by
you
the
to
way,
dump
that
your
using
fries
the
in there and eat
Multipla
out in
image
like a
is
trough.
also true of those sunroof controls I showed you earlier. Take a closer
It's
look
the
at them.
patented Fiat
You can see
feeding trough
even from this
system.
top-down view, that's clearly a Multipla with that U-shaped thing going around the base of the windshield. And I have
If you were a
good
kid in the
knee room in here,
2000s
more
and
than
you
I do
climbed
in a
into this
block.
car cause
He
your mate's
literally
dad
has,
was
like-
taking you somewhere, you know it's full of weak old Marcus fries.
Yeah.
This car is an allegory for Reagan-era capitalism. It's actually very cerebral. Like all over the place.
This car was also offered without the rear sunroof, which might be better if you plan on taking tall adults in the back seat of this
Why would
car
you ever
regularly. It's worth noting one other big trick this car
just
is
let the sunroof down, dude? Just put your head through it.
floor space.
It's very
They wanted to
comfortable.
design a car for people with children and completely forgot about the adults in the equation.
Capacity and comfort. So back here, there's a total of 4 seatbelt buckles
What?
for 3 seats, which might seem kind of strange until you actually look at the seatbelt, which is located on the ceiling, and you can see it has 2 like latches
If you painted
to
this
it.
orange
So
and green, it would look
how
like an
exactly does
Nickelodeon
this
playroom.
work? Well, the other latch to the other buckle, and then you have a 3-point seatbelt. That was a lot easier
That's
than
on the
figuring out
roof.
some other 3-point belt solution.
Where is that coming
having
from?
2 buckles plug in. So if you
Oh,
are
from
the
the back,
middle
I see.
passenger
Middle
in this
seat is
car,
for that one
you
kid
have
that
to
needs to
buckle
be securely
2
strapped
buckles,
down with a
and
rubber
unbuckle
belt at
2
all
buckles
times.
if you want to be fully belted in. And next up, another nice quirk back here. It is very easy
With
to
that one
fold
spastic
down the
kid.
rear seat. Pretty
You
much
just
the
tell them
same as
it's
the
the
ones you
special
get up
Batman
front.
seat or
For
something.
instance, the door panel once again has a big. You also have
charming,
individual
quirky little
ashtrays
hoop.
integrated into this little gray door panel thing,
What
which
is that?
could be nice, I guess, if you plan on taking your kids around and if they plan on smoking in the back of the Multipla. And by the way, one other
This
you
whole
plan on
car
taking
is
your
just a
kids
fucking
around
bob
and if
it.
they plan on smoking
You put
in the
some
back of the
Tic Tacs in there, I
Multipla.
guess.
And by the way, one other very important quirk worth pointing out, back to the doors.
Thank God my kids can finally have their cigarettes in the back
That's
of the
the
car.
Marcus fry
Talk
compartment.
about rolling down the window.
Very secure
There's
and
nowhere
safe.
else for the window to roll down within
Can
the
you
door.
imagine
can
how
see
much
this on
hell
the
this car
outside
would be
too.
with
This
6
is the
people in it?
maximum
Like, this car is hell with one person in it.
rolled down window and back. It only goes down like
Imagine sitting in the
halfway.
rear middle
That's
seat with
pretty
6 people
crazy,
in
although
this
not
car.
bad insane. That's true of
You're
some
strapped
cars,
down
but here's the
with 3
crazy
seatbelt
Multipla
buckles.
part. This only
It's a
goes
safety
down
feature to make
this
sure kids don't
far.
suffer
Take
injuries
a look
because
on
the glass will
outside.
instantly lacerate them to
This is
death.
the furthest down the Multipla's window goes. So if you're one of those people
It
who
would
likes to
suck
sit
because
in
you'd
your
be like
car while you're
fucking, you'd be
driving with your arm out
overwhelmed by the
window,
fucking like all this shit that's going on. You'd be completely disgusted sitting in here because of how fucking hideous this car is.
Too bad you can't.
Be simultaneously
Imagine the
overstimulated
last
and
moment of your life
understimulated.
being in the middle rear seat of this car.
He's strapped down like the jerko.
to the door because the window
Surrounded
is so
by
much
glass.
larger than the door panel. Crazy. And next up, we
Well,
move on to
fucking
the
Crazy
cargo
Frog plays
area in
on
the
the stereo
Multipla.
full
And
blast.
accessing the cargo area is the
That would
one
be sick. Someone probably has died in this car and has been lacerated to death.
this much
You
room
can
for
fit 4
people
more kids back
and
there.
stuff, but it comes at the expense of how it looks, I guess. Now, in this cargo
got even
area,
more
you can
straps
also
in the
see
back.
the famed purple cargo cover to match the rest of the purple interior. And
That,
a quick
that
glance
indigo really matches that fucking hideous
to the
gray.
cargo cover, that is for the rear wiper assembly, which on the inside of the tailgate you can see is also asymmetrical. Not exactly sure why it has to be such a large wiper assembly hump, but
That's for the
that's
kids
why
to
the
peek
cargo
out on.
cover is a little strangely shaped, just like
This car was
basically
designed
everything
as a
else
new,
in this
sleek
car.
alternative to the white
And
van for
finally,
child
we move
molesters.
up front in the Multipla to the only part
Give
of
them
this
some
car
sunlight.
that features of
Registering
the
as a sex
amazingly
offender should happen
quirky
automatically
Fiat
when you
Multipla.
purchase this
Now
car.
it's time to get it out on the road
I was
and
half
see how
expecting
it
the engine to
drives.
look like some Willy Wonka
Alrighty,
contraption.
I'm driving a Fiat Multipla.
That seatbelt dispenser for the center seat looks so stupid.
It's just sitting in the back there.
And you got a ton of
Just
headroom
hovering
because
behind
it's
him.
so small in length. They made it
I like that
tall,
Doug
which
is happy, though.
contributed to the
Smiley face.
ugliness,
At least
but
Doug's
it
happy.
also
At least he
meant
can
that
stay
you could
optimistic
get
during this
people
hell.
in here.
Admire the energy to thrive with an extreme evil and darkness.
So
Yeah, he's a real protagonist.
He's the
not
light bringer.
exactly quick when you turn the wheel. Not much is going
Look
on.
up BMW
And then
setup.
when you actually do start turning, you know, I mean, it's a tall.
Let's see what he rates it.
And now it's time to give the Multipla a Doug score.
1 out of 10.
Ooh.
Handling is surprisingly good. I was shocked
I
by
wish
how
Dad would
engaging
score
this
me.
is and very head turning, and it would be a huge hit at a Cars and Coffee. It gets a 7 out of 10.
No, it wouldn't be a huge hit. You get fucking eggs thrown at you. Was a BMW Isetta. Oh, yeah, it's him again.
Today, I am filming with one of the most iconic BMWs of all time. This.
Okay.
Doug, laughing face.
Which was the front?
3 and
It's
the
a patented
M5 and from
Fisher-Price
luxury
claim of wheel
SUVs and
It's
high-performance
Fisher-Price.
sports
Wheels.
cars, but it's door. Yes, door.
This car
Oh
would
my
make a
God.
scandal
There's
sound
only
effect if
one,
you tried to
and it's
drift
in the
with it.
front. Open it up and out. Well,
This car is some cut wacky racers
what do
shit.
you think the sunroof's for? Now,
You'd
in
drive
back,
this.
I
This
want
is
to
some
clear up
goofy ass
one
shit.
myth I often hear about the Isetta. This is not a three-wheeled
Surprised you didn't like the Fiat then.
car. There
You drive this because it's more likely to kill you. It's somehow more likely to fucking kill you and cripple you.
are W versions all
Imagine
have
getting
4
into an
wheels.
accident in this and
For
everyone
added
just laughs at
stability.
you.
Since we're back here, let's talk about the fueling situation. The fuel goes right here.
I would love to
for
see
this
this thing
rear
get fucking
point of the car,
destroyed.
which I'm sure is very safe in a rear-end collision. To add
just
fuel,
cleaned
you
up by a
twist this
semi.
cool
Responders
little
don't help you,
cap
they
with
just
the
laugh.
BMW logo
They
on
just
it, which
giggle at you
I kind of
and
wish
leave.
all BMWs had. So to demonstrate exactly how light this car is, look at this. They were fairly friendly with each other.
If they weren't fucking
This is
completely
the Portal
ashamed.
Radio Loop 10-hour mix of
But
cars.
you can't inside
Imagine
the
if the
Isetta.
government
First thing
banned
you
all
do,
cars
you look
except
down and
this
you see
one.
the speedometer and a rather helpful diagram of
That
the
would be great.
shifter. I say helpful because the
Then
shifter
we'd all be
is
equal,
on
finally.
your left side and it just sort of on itself. You
Imagine
have
going on a
controls
date in this
for
thing and then
the
being like,
headlights,
sorry woman,
and
I only have
there's
room
the
for one in my
ignition.
car and my
There's also a
pants.
control for the wiper. We'll get
Get
to that
your
in
own
a second.
fucking ride.
Down
You're
the
gonna
steering
have to
wheel,
follow me on your
this
bike.
lever
Should have bought your own
doesn't
clown car.
really. Before you can start it, you have to move the fuel switch, inexplicably located behind the seat, from
What?
off to on. When you run out of gas, move it over
This car
to
just
the
fucking pumps
reserve
carbon
tank.
monoxide
By
directly
the way,
from the
the seat
exhaust into the
itself has a
cabin.
bit of an Easter egg. The exterior one, well, reasonably sizable. It's only a single. There isn't one on the passenger side.
What the fuck?
As for the horn, it's normally located here, but inexplicably, a previous owner located it down here on the steering column, which is a horrible place for it because my knee is constantly bumping into it as I shift.
You're gonna hit a bump. Every time you go for a bump, your knee's gonna hit that thing
And
and
therefore,
hit the
the horn
horn.
is sounding as I drive down the street. And, well,
Just driving down the street fucking honking. That's a jigsaw horn trap.
That is so stupid, isn't
Absolute
it?
clown car.
It literally can. Oh,
This car-
just driving around Philadelphia. If that hitchhiking robot couldn't survive in Philadelphia, I don't think this guy will.
I was lo-
Oh great, it's loud too. As if it couldn't be any more obnoxious. This man's going full Joker mode. It's so annoying.